And when you think about it as you look back over your life, if it had not been for the mercy of God, you should have been dead a long time ago. But guess what? If you had known back then what you were about to go through, you would have said, forget this, I can't handle it. But now as you're going through it, every morning God gives you just enough peace, just enough strength, just enough grace, just enough mercy to make it through each day. Here's what God said to Paul when he allowed Paul to reach his breaking point because of the thorn in his flesh. He said, I'm not going to answer your prayer the way you want me to answer your prayer, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you just enough grace, and my grace is going to be sufficient because my strength is going to be made perfect in your weakness. God says when you reach your breaking point, when you feel as though you can't go on anymore, that's when my strength steps in. God gives you strength to go through your situation, and before you know it, somebody's asking, how did you go through what you went through without losing your mind? God gave you just what you needed to get through what you were going through, and God is saying when you reach your breaking point, don't break down, but touch somebody and say, break out. Oh, God, help me preach in here. Well, let me help you here. One time I went to the supermarket and I bought some biscuits. Y'all know those biscuits? Come in a little can, right? And the only way to get the biscuits out, you got to hit the container. And when you hit it, the biscuits pop out. Well, the biscuits started preaching a sermon to me. Come on here, somebody. Shakespeare said there's sermons in stone, so I can get a message from a biscuit. And so the container was saying to me that I've been in my comfort zone. But my Creator did not make me to stay in my comfort zone. And my Creator recognized the only way to set me free from where I was comfortable was to hit me. And once I got hit, I had to break out of what I was locked into. And sometimes the reason why you're going through what you're going through is God is trying to hit you so he can break you out of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, God allows you to break out without breaking down. Sisters and brothers, besides our own personal issues, understand that when you look at all the hell that we catch in the hood, I don't live in the hood. You live in somebody's neighborhood. It might be Mr. Rogers, but it's still your hood. And with all the hell we catch in the hood, when we look at the crime, the violence, and the economic dysfunctionality, those things can cause you to break down. The other day, a young 18-year-old unarmed black boy named Michael Brown got shot down by a police officer for walking while black near St. Louis, Missouri. The police officer shot him from 35 feet away, and although the boy turned and put his hands up, the cop walked up and unloaded his clip in an execution-style murder. Things like that will break you down. Yeah, when you see the proliferation of police brutality and of guns and of crime and gangs and drugs in our community, things like that, touch somebody and say, will break you down.